Bloed van een Vlinder by Marita. The first Afrikaans book I have read 40. Let's just say, okay, which books were on my. So both Canary Row and Under Smith's Rule were part of my 36 books I have to read in 2006, like my must reads for 2026. Both Canary Row. I also have a thing where I have to read at least 12 fiction books from South African authors. So this one counted to that, so I have to kind of read one a month. This was that one for the month. And this is also the first Afrikaans fiction book I've read for the year. It is a thriller. It's a thriller book, like thriller with a thriller mystery book. So it's one of those, yeah. Oh, let's get... Marita Carrick is definitely a good writer. No doubt about that. She knows how to tell a story. She knows how to set up the story and go through. There is this thing in the beginning where there's like this teaser at the beginning, first 3 pages, that is like an event that happens later on, and you go back and I'm like, you didn't have to put that. Yeah, that was not about, but I understand why you did. You want to build up suspense towards that, but I didn't think it was necessary. I think the characters and everything was good enough. It plays off at a hospital, Noorderberg in Cape. This way, I don't think there's an English version available of this, but I will say I think this should be translated because it really is a good mystery thriller. And there's definitely descriptions. Her descriptions are quite well done and vivid. And there are times where you feel like a little bit scared, where I was like, I don't want to walk past the room where the lights are off when I was reading that. Which I feel like, if you can pull that off, then you definitely have some talent. That is a really great thing. The murder that sets it all off, grisly and fascinating and very reminiscent of, it gives the feeling of True Detective season 1. It gives that feeling, like the murder and truth. Now nothing else is very much like True Detectives, but that at least is. And it has a little bit of the paranormal, like some Stephen King books, like think The Dead Zone or something like that. And it really amplifies the story, and she does that great. And then also the main character, like past, plays into it and what was going on in the past. Fascinating. The different mysteries. Now I will say this. The first time, the eventual killer, the first time he shows up, I was like, There's something the way she wrote, like, let me check this guy. I think that might be this guy. And then, like, the third time he shows up in this, I'm like, this is definitely the killer. This is definitely the killer. There's no even doubt. I guessed the killer pretty for. And it was kind of annoying because this is what it is. I realized this guy was the killer and I didn't want him to be the killer. How fascinating is that? I would like, I hope I'm wrong. I don't actually want this guy to be the killer. But it was like, nah, I mean, if you've read enough stories, that you will know the clues. You will know how it's going. But there are little mysteries and stuff, and how, because there's a lot of little stuff that you kind of like, oh, that's strange, and how it all fits together in the end. Really well done, fascinating, and the different paths are a lot of fun. The writing is very good and very efficient. It's not the greatest. It's not the greatest prose. It is very it's a little generic, but not, I would say, annoying. It's never to that. It's to a point, and yeah. It's definitely in the Afrikaans cadence of really nice people. I was like, I think Marita Carrick is too nice a person. I don't think I'm going to enjoy this book because Marita Carrick is too nice a person. But then she sort of jabs you there with a few nice things. Like, and then I realized, it's in this veneer of the nice, like, demure South African, like, and Afrikaans people especially. If you're South African, you'll know, like, they're very proper and very, like, very religious, very proper, and you shouldn't be like. And then she just jabs you with this other stuff underneath that just like, whoa, I didn't think it would go there when it sounds like this, which I found fascinating. There was like one part where I thought, there was one part in the book where I thought, okay, I think she could have done a better way of, because we're seeing it all from one, Libri Lucas. This is the main character. She's a nurse at Noorderberg in the what do you call it, trauma ward, which I will say, let's go into that part first. The stuff in the hospital, because Marita Carrick is also a nurse in real life, and that stuff, you can read it. This is somebody that's experienced the stuff and understands the stuff. It is so good and so well and so vivid. That's like it feels at times like a little bit of True Detective mixed in with some Grey's Anatomy, mixed in with some I don't know, just some straight up murder mystery or classic murder mystery stuff, and a hint of Stephen King as well in there. So a lot of and that stuff in the hospital, it really just does work. There was like sometimes, because we're only seeing from Bloed, because and she's not actually the detective, there was a few times that the contrivances to get her to a place where she can actually hear the next information. I felt, kick that, one specific one, or how she found out that information and how she said so. I thought it could have been done in a more interesting way, but I mean, it felt for me like a little bit too far that she would be able to get away with that and do it, and it would play out like that. But beyond that, I really enjoyed it, and most of the stuff it made sense how they got there and everything. Oh, there's a cute bunny. There's a very cute bunny in this, and I enjoyed the bunny. There's a bunny pet there. Oh, really cute. And then having this cute bunny in this with this sinister undertones going on, you're like, oh, this is gonna, I don't know. That I will say there were really moments that are like, yeah, that's kind of creepy. That's really creepy. That is disturbing me. I did went to pick up the next book by Marita Carrick. It's not, I won't say it does anything specifically new, but it does do something just great. And that's great. So yeah, I really had a great time. Marita Carrick, Bloed van Vlinder. If you're into murder mystery and like a little bit of horror, definitely picking up this. I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll get something out of it. Will it be the greatest you ever read? No. But will it be fun and fascinating and interesting? Yeah, no, I think you'll enjoy it. Writing won't blow your mind, but the story is really good and really interesting and fun.